Good morning, YouTube. To all my friends and colleagues out there in the motovlogging world and in the video watching world, how are you guys doing today? Today is May 24th, 2016. It's a Tuesday. Temperatures in the 50s. Supposed to go up to the 80s today. I have my vents open on my jacket, which is probably not the best idea. Let me close these vents real quick. Ah, that's better. So good morning. I have a topic for you as I ride along here. Sorry, it's been a couple of days. Before I get to my topic, let me see here. What am I going to talk about? Let's do a shout out to Title Guy up in Massachusetts. How you doing, Title Guy? I hope you're all right. That was a great video you did. I hope you like your new handlebars. So today's topic is patriotism. What is it? How do you define it? Are you patriotic? And why? So I'll give you my view on this. Patriotism, of course, is love of your country. And I obviously love my country, the United States of America, but not for the reason that you may think. I don't love it simply because it's America. No. And I don't have any illusions about, this is the best country in the world. Well, you know, if you look at it scientifically, there are plenty of places that score higher than the United States does in certain categories, like healthcare, education, quality of life, poverty level. There are certain things the United States is number one in. Military power, gun ownership, the size of the economy. We might be number 2 after China now. But that's not why I love my country. I don't love my country because it's the best in the world, best at everything, number one. No. I love the United States because it's my home. This is where I was born and raised. And having lived here all this time, I really like it. It's for me. Doesn't mean that this country is perfect. I think it's more patriotic to want the country to be better than it is. Well, you say, well, Mike, how can the country be better? Well, I think we could be less selfish. And I don't mean like giving money to the government to have them do programs, because we have all seen how well that doesn't work. I mean, on an individual basis, our attitudes as a nation, I'm not saying you personally watching this video, but I've noticed people tend to be selfish. That's their worldview. If you have a problem in your life, it's your fault. If a tornado blows your house down, screw you. You shouldn't have bought a house in a place where tornadoes happen. But tornadoes happen all over the place. And I can see reasonably, like, if you buy a house, you know, on a beach cliff with water eroding every day, you really don't have a right to cry and be indignant when your house goes falling into the ocean, you're a dumbass. But natural disasters do happen, and they're not your fault, generally speaking. So that's one way I think we could make the country better. I think we used to be more generous, more, I don't know, caring of each other. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe back in the 40s and 30s, people were just as selfish and assholic as they are today. Rose-colored glasses, right? Anyway, so patriotism. How do I express my patriotism? Well, I fly the American flag on my house in the correct location because I want to honor the sacrifice of Americans that came before me and Americans that are sacrificing right now. I want to honor that because they're fighting for the rest of us. If they didn't fight for us, we might be speaking German or Russian right now. So they're working for our benefit, including people like my Uncle Bob, who was in the Army in Patton's Tank Corps, and he got the Silver Star, got shot through the chest, ended up killing him when he was in his 70s. That contributed to his aortic dissection, so they say. All those years carrying that thing around in him, I guess. My grandfather, who served in the Navy, begged the draft board to let him in. They said he was too old, and he begged them. Went down there several times. And they finally let him in. He served on an aircraft carrier. His aircraft carrier was hit by a kamikaze and killed his best friend. He ended up having to jump off the ship because it was sinking and on fire, and he had to swim through water that had oil burning on top of it, which is kind of a weird thing because when he was growing up, he could never swim on top of the water. They tried to teach him how to swim like a normal person, and he couldn't do it. He could only swim underneath it. So when it came time to avoid the flames, it was easy. He would clear a spot, come up, take a breath, go back down until they got away from the stuff. Then he'd come up and he was treading water. So I honor them. My father was a Marine. I honor him. And I think patriotism also requires service. Not just paying your taxes begrudgingly. I mean serving your country. I tried. I went to the Marines, and because I have asthma, they wouldn't touch me. They would not take me because I have asthma. Oh well. So I had to fight to get into the Peace Corps. They wouldn't take me. They said, "You have asthma, we're not going to take you." I said, "Look, it's not uncontrollable asthma. It's fine. I'm not going to be jogging 20 miles in the Peace Corps." So finally, after a year of fighting, they let me in. And I was proud to serve my country in the Peace Corps. 2 years in a third world country, drinking water that was condemned by the World Health Organization. No electricity, no running water for most of the time. And I was only there to help people. Teaching them English, teaching teachers how to teach better, revamping their education system in a third world country known as Fiji, which you probably already know I was in for a while there. I was there for 2 years. I took the oath of office and everything, you know, the preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Yes, I did. I took the oath. So that's what I think patriotism is. Love your country for what it is. Want your country to be better. Recognize its flaws. Be generous and serve in some way. That's my view. What's your view? This is Mike Cayley 7. Talk to you later.